just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Bloke in a Bar, powered by Bloke Beer. Get down to your nearest IGA liquor in New South Wales to get a case of Bloke Lager for $50. That is the lowest price we have ever sold it. So get down to your IGA liquor in New South Wales. We're in every single one. So get down, grab a case of Bloke Lager. Plus, we're in hundreds of other stores. We're in every Celebrations, every Bottle-O, IGA Plus Liquor, and Porter's Liquor in New South Wales. In Celebrations, we're in every Celebrations, New South Wales, Queensland, and ACT, plus hundreds of other stores. So go to our website and put in your postcode, and you will find stockists. Also, Bloke Steedens now for sale on bloke.shop. We've already powered through half of them, so we've got less than 50% left of the Steedens. So if you want a Bloke Steeden, make sure to get in there and grab one. They're currently on the bloke.shop. But I've got the great Tommy and Eddie and Tommy here. How you going, boys?
Great, mate. I liked your. We've got Steedens, like you passed the ball as you were sort
Did
of
I do
showing.
that?
Yeah. You're like,
That was like, that's subconscious.
Yeah, mate, just back to your footy days.
Yeah, back to me footy days.
God, Steedens.
I didn't know how to pass.
Did you pass left to right?
When I first arrived, no.
Yeah.
Could you do it now?
Yeah, I could do it now. Not as well, though, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, my passing was not the best. I used to get so nervous any time that we'd like be playing. You'd be at Suncorp, be fucking sold out, and the centre would take a hit up. And I'd be like looking around, please someone jump in the fucking dummy half. Please someone jump in the dummy half.
Dude, that's wild that you're playing professional rugby league being like, oh, fuck, I got to pass left to right.
Even right to left, though. Even right to left.
Pass the ball.
Yeah, just pass the ball. Because like you get Darren Lockyer, you're like, yeah, and you're like, fuck. Because then like people are shooting off the line.
Would you hit him? Or would you
it would be like
up?
a looping like shit pass.
So you're not spiraling, you're just doing the...
No, I'd spiral, but it'd be so looping. And sometimes you'd look up and you just go, you know what? Fuck it, scooting.
Yeah, fuck that.
Just fuck it. I'm going for the try. Yeah, there was a gap there.
Yeah. Who threw the best seed? Was it Lockyer?
Oh, yeah, you can't beat Lockyer's seed.
No, you can't beat the seed of Darren.
How far could he pass it like flat, spiral, without having to fucking loop it? Like just drill it.
They're like 20 metres, you see. Like that one Nico, which I was beaten off over yesterday.
Hell of a pass.
That one Nico threw to Mulatalo, where he's just like... Boom,
That'd be what? That'd be 20?
Yeah.
That was a bullet. Like if
Mulatalo
had gone like that with Neo, I would have said, I understand.
Yeah,
a bullet's coming at you.
He's the one.
He is literally the one. That was a bullet pass.
Yeah.
The thing with Lockyer, it wasn't necessarily the crazy long balls that he could do. It was just like every ball was fucking mint.
Yeah.
Like even the one try where I trapped it, if you watch it, it's still a perfect spiral. It just goes straight to my foot. Looks like intentional. Someone actually asked me, was it intentional the other day?
Maybe it was.
Probably was actually, knowing the great Lockyer. He knew me better than I knew myself.
Did you ever go to him and say, can you teach me how to pass left to right?
No, I did not.
Generally.
I did not.
Did any of the coaches say, bro, you got to fucking...
Everyone just knew. It was just like
So like, Kempy can't pass.
They just like, he's not known for his passing.
Did you ever think when the ball's played, as you know, your sort of soccer lineage was well known, just kicking it off the ground or something?
I used to play a bit of soccer.
Yeah, I've heard. And you used to be a bit of a runner as well. But would you ever kick the ball off the ground?
Off the deck.
Just kick it off the deck to Lockie?
No.
No?
You could.
Yeah, I guess it is different shaped. It's not as easy as it seems.
You know.
Maybe I should have tried that. Maybe that's... Remember Hodges when he...
Can you kick the ball off once they've played the ball? You have to pick it up.
Surely you could.
So if they play the ball, can you kick it?
And just grub it
You're
through.
looking at me as like the divine...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm asking
a straight grubber, set up a play...
And then just kick it through and fucking take off.
Or even a grubber on the line. Because think about it. Everyone's on the line. They're not ready. Just a quick little grubber straight through. Don't have to
kick it straight through.
You never see it. You must not be able to.
Harry Grant... Just so, we obviously want some, I don't know.
Am I a fucking genius?
You're a genius.
You might be a genius, dude.
You're a fucking genius, bro.
I mean, it was kind of started with my idea, but I think that...
But
it was started with my soccer lineage as well.
I think that we're all geniuses then, really.
It all came together.
We all complimented each other.
Yeah.
But I just took it to like
the next level.
But you wouldn't have been able to get to that level without the building.
Well, I'm standing on your shoulders.
I felt like I laid the foundation initially.
Yeah, you did. You're laying on the ground, and then he's like holding me up, and I'm fucking getting all the glory.
You're standing on the shoulders.
Is he wearing
no
undies? So I'm looking up. I can see his nuts.
Yeah, you can see straight down Main Street.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got very saggy once. They're probably resting on the
You got saggy nuts, bro.
Yeah, they're huge.
Is that because of the weight or just saggy old nuts?
Oh, mate, I'd say it's. I wouldn't put it down to weight. I would say not like they're nice balls, but
Are you cupping your own balls then?
I'm sacked.
How
You're
often would you
sacked up?
grab sack when you were fucking lifting men in the line out? Would you grab nut a lot?
Well, listen, it was probably not really necessary. Because
But what
had
are they, just a
shorts and
little
undies
tickle?
on. And
Would you ever see a nut flop out?
Yeah, you might see the odd testy. But once you got to the first 15, like I did.
Well, you saw less nut off the top?
you ended up putting the tape shit on your thighs.
Oh, to get lifted up with that.
You just lift that.
So you only tape in the first?
So you take, I think so, once you get to the big time.
Yeah, I think
Did you ever see someone tape his nuts to the side?
Well, some dudes had to. You got to tape the nuts to
So the
leg.
higher you go, the less nut you see. So local league Div 4, you're seeing a lot of nut.
I think you
of
probably
nut.
still see some nut, but yeah, local league you're certainly seeing plenty because a
No
lot of the time
undies.
they're not wearing undies.
Well, you
yeah.
played first grade in NRL. How much nut did you see?
It made no nut. I didn't see any nut.
Yeah.
So
No
that
nut.
fucking proves the point.
Except the nut on the chest from Lockie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hockey
Yeah,
nut.
obviously. Boys, like, obviously, how's the weekend been? Manly, sitting at the top of the table.
Dude, you know when you're a good fucking side when you lose and you go up.
Yeah.
We were third, we lost, we're second. Like that's the year of the bird stuff.
Year of the bird?
Year of the bird stuff.
I was incredibly buoyed by the performance, Denon, because we all know we were robbed. Like, that's not an excuse, but
It's not an excuse, but a robbery happened.
But like,
it's a reason.
As I said the other day on the podcast, we lost by a point. A try's worth 4 points, right? So we would have won by at least 3 points.
Yeah.
Kick to come. So, I feel like we're in a great space. Obviously,
we defended the house down.
Yeah, we did. We defended the house down. And Brad Parker made Campbell Graham look like a fucking newborn giraffe.
Yeah,
no
he did.
offense.
No, he did. He had him fucking. He was beating him all ends up.
It all ends up.
So you reckon, do the Rabbitohs need to sit down and watch that old school ad that you used to watch before movies? You wouldn't rob a car. You wouldn't rob a DVD.
Yeah, exactly.
They need
the
to watch
piracy
that.
ad?
Yeah, piracy
Yeah.
ad.
Well, not the Rabbitohs. The referees need to.
Okay, so don't
They
blame the
wouldn't rob
Rabbitohs.
Manly.
So maybe all the rest need to sit down and watch that old school ad.
Yeah.
They do.
Because that scared the shit out of me. Because I wouldn't rob a fucking car.
Fucking oath.
No,
Well,
or a house or a store. But
I think
wouldn't burn
listen, there needs to be a. I'm not ref bashing here, but like Graham Annesley coming out being like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. It's not really fixing the problem. You know what I mean?
It's almost like
if Brad
Yeah.
Parker is literally facing towards his own try line and throwing the ball, that's a fucking.
I also
that's
don't
gone
think
backwards.
that when people like went backwards out of that, I don't even think it floated forward. Again, not the reason we lost.
No, it did because of fucking momentum and shit. We talked about
But what I mean is there are times when you actually pass it back and it goes, woof. Like there is a certain
woof to it.
woof to it. But this was out of the hands, back. Everyone keeps moving forward. Momentum, sure, but it still was just back.
It stayed relative.
Yes, it stayed relative.
Relative to the momentum.
he was facing backwards. It was backwards out of the hand. That's
it
all
went
that we need to
backwards to the
fucking.
player.
That's all we need to talk
It's
about.
all about relativity. Like
everyone's like,
it's,
"Oh."
it's like is it Interstellar?
Yes,
It's all relativity, where they go to the planet 8 years.
Yeah.
Passing a footy is all relative to the people
To
around
the people around you.
exactly.
We were saying if you were standing on top of two semi-trailers driving the exact same speed, we would be able to pass a football to each other. Even
Yes.
though the ball itself was traveling probably like 80 fucking meters every
Yeah.
time.
If you were hooking it, like if you had those big boys moving,
Yeah.
let's say you got 140, bit of fucking flat road, you're moving, you're trucking.
Yeah,
nut.
yeah, trucking.
Me and Eddie stand on the top of fucking.
And we're
semis.
throwing fucking divine seeds to each other. Like it would appear to Tom and I that the ball going flat, but to an observer, Denon,
Yes.
sitting on an esky on the side of the road,
Well, Denton's the control. He's watching on the
it
side.
would have. It
I'm
would,
Van Damme with my leg split.
it would
Yes.
appear to you that the ball's travelling forward.
Okay.
So
There's a lesson in physics there for you.
Fuck.
Read a book.
Read a book.
Is the Van Damme leg split ad with the two trucks greatest ad all time?
It's right up
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty good.
And the music in the background?
I don't know why that wasn't like what market was that sold to? Because I only ever saw it on YouTube.
That's a good point. Maybe
I
overseas.
swear I saw it on TV. Although who watches TV anymore? I like. What,
This was pre-internet days, I'm pretty sure. Well, not pre-internet, but
No.
like pre-popular internet.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
Can
disclaimer?
you get the date of it up, please?
Wasn't there a
was he
disclaimer
selling?
being like,
Don't do it
don't
at home.
attempt this? I'm like, who the fuck would attempt that?
Well, no one. Not even Van Damme. That's CGI'd out the arse.
Jackass should have done
I
it.
think he did it.
No, he fucking didn't, Edward.
You don't reckon?
No, I don't reckon he.
Oh, so
fucking
I've been living a lie.
Well, this is a time.
You
This is a
think-
time where you could wool pull in
Yes,
ads,
yeah.
whereas now we're not innocent anymore. We've fucking seen the bad side
Dude,
of
I'm
ads.
jaded now.
I'm jaded
I don't
as
believe
fuck.
anything.
I saw the Reynolds kick into the fucking Broncos the other day. I thought it was fake straight away because I'm
Yeah.
so jaded. Even the
Was the Van
said
Damme...
Van Damme ad? He doesn't even know it.
No.
The Van Damme ad splitting between two trucks.
I don't know what to believe anymore. We were trying to work out if Welsh people are even real.
Yeah. No, think about this.
I'm not
No,
willing
no,
to
no.
disrespect the whole country.
We're not disrespecting
We're not disrespecting them at all, right?
Okay.
This is... I'm fucking... I'm a
You're
big...
pro-Welsh.
I'm pro-Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah.
Christian Welsh as well.
I'm pro-Welsh. All I'm saying is, when have you ever met a Welsh person? What do they get up to over there?
Yeah, like what are they doing?
What are they doing day to day?
What do they do? What's their?
I think a Welsh. I think dragons. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
Is it
because
on
that's
the
their
fucking-
Are they a
crest for
dragon
union.
folk?
No, it's a crest for union. Like I think they have a dragon on their crest for.
They might
Like
be
I know,
dragons,
like I know, we play them rugby in union and beat them all the time. I know that. Like I'm aware that we fucking pound them into the earth every time we play them. I know that.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what the Welsh are about.
Yeah, like I don't see them getting about their day.
Name a famous Welsh person.
Christian.
That's a good point.
That's Welsh.
But I did steal your joke a little bit there.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
did.
fine.
That's okay.
It's fine. No,
That's
it's cool.
It was a stolen joke.
It was like very
At least you
close.
owned-
To
at least-
Recycled. I recycled
yeah,
it.
but it was
Yeah.
close. Like
You
you've done it
re-gifted
like
it.
in a couple of
I
weeks.
re-gifted
You're a
it back to you.
re-gifter.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
re-gifter.
Matty, what do we got? When was it
Name
done?
a famous Welsh person.
I
Look,
honestly don't
can,
know.
but I don't know
Who?
if they're Welsh. Catherine Zeta-Jones, who I thought was maybe a little bit more like
Ethnic.
South American.
Really?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Isn't she European?
Is she Welsh?
Tom Jones.
Sex
Yes,
bomb.
I know.
Sex.
Is he Welsh too? Oh, you
well,
know a couple of
Is Tom
fuckers.
Well,
Jones
but
sex
it's like
bomb?
allegedly. I've never seen him in Wales.
Is Tom Jones sex bomb guy?
Yes, I believe
Sex
so.
bomb, sex bomb.
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was a
And
bit
was it
earlier.
real or bullshit?
I don't know.
Eddie, it was
Like
bullshit.
you're expecting him to be a producer that actually listens to what we're saying.
No.
Well, fuck. I can dare to dream, can't I?
Could you please Google whether
One
it was
day.
real or not?
Is he going to Google whether Welsh people are real?
Whether those two
I bet you that comes up if you type it
are
in.
Welsh people real?
Yeah. Just check it out.
Because you know how a lot of people, like a lot of Yanks think that Australia's made up? Complete bullshit.
Yeah.
We're all actors.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're so hot and fucking charming
Yeah,
and shit.
how could a country be this filled with hot studs?
Actually, one of my comments on the Monday review was can't handle the Australian accents. And I was like, that's a bit weird. Where it's an Australian show.
It's an Australian show, and I would assume mostly viewed by Australians. Unless there's some
I'm
Kiwis
pretty
out
sure Australia always tops the list of hottest accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't South Africa? What did win that one recently?
there. I've heard some people say South Africa, some people say English. I
What
don't-
gets you
Kiwis?
going?
What accent gets me going?
What fucking floats your boat?
French.
French is hot.
Yeah.
French, but spoken like English in with a
Yes,
French
English spoken with a French accent. Like,
Hot.
Oh,
Hot.
hot
reckon?
damn.
Yeah. Real hot.
I did find so.
I can see how English accent would be a hot for guys, but it's not as hot for girls.
No, but there's English dialects, like not dialects. There's
you
different.
know,
like,
you're-
there's different types of English accents. So there's a certain type of English.
I'm not
accent
talking about
that
people
is-
from Newcastle and shit. I'm talking about like the hottest version.
Yeah, there's a
of it.
really hot English accent.
Yes.
There is a world where the English accent is divine.
Yes.
Then there's one where you're like, ugh. Which is probably the same for Australia. I'd
It's
say.
100%. Well,
No,
It is,
it is.
yeah, no, it is the
Australia,
same.
There's not as
Perth,
many
over in
dialects.
Perth is different.
No, I'll tell you where it's real different. It's Adelaide.
Really?
Yeah,
Fucking oath.
dude.
Fucking oath. Sounds almost
Adelaide.
Kiwi.
Yeah, or Welsh. Maybe that's where Wales is.
Matty, was it real and are Welsh people real?
Volvo said that the stunt really happened. The stunt is real and was performed in just one take.
It was performed in one take.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
no
dude.
safety lines or anything.
This,
See, bruh?
Sorry, dude.
this is on
You
the
gotta
wall,
believe sometimes, gentlemen.
and that's off the Wall Street Journal.
yeah, fucking
Well,
oath.
they never lie. I don't know if they do or not. I'm just
So,
making mainstream media
okay,
stuff.
but maybe they're doing a bit of a whirlpool here. Did
Bro,
he
I
have
believe
safety
it-
lines and shit on him and
Had
that?
to have.
Surely. He didn't do it just fucking on a
Dude,
road driving.
Like he wouldn't have been that
They
young.
could have hidden it behind them. They could have hidden shit behind him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
is it considered real if he's fully harnessed up?
I don't, mate. As long as he's doing the splits on trucks
Okay.
that are moving,
Okay,
I think
I
you
got
get
it.
a fucking pass
Okay.
mark.
Okay, here we go.
Van Damme was hooked to safety lines that aren't visible in the film, and each foot is on a small platform that was built on the truck's side mirrors.
So it's sort of not real.
Semi-real?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's sort of real. It's an illusion. It's a whirlpool.
It's more real than not real at all.
Okay, it's fake tits.
Which
And
are
we
great.
all love them.
I've got nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying they're not real, but they
Yeah.
appear real.
And they do the job.
They're ab implants.
Oh, they do a job.
They do a big job.
Calf implants.
Ab implant. Like,
Calf implants.
I think we're now over implanting.
Yeah,
I
too
agree,
many
dude.
implants.
I agree.
I actually think let's go back to let's reduce
Because
the
like
implant.
if you want to get abs, go out and fucking work hard. You lazy cunt. You can't just grow bigger tits.
Say that again.
Unless
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
You know what I
Honestly,
mean?
No.
Yeah.
Like if you've got small tits, you want big tits. Like there's nothing. You can't go to the gym and fucking
Work on those.
Work that. So
I get it as
I get
well.
tit
Like
implants.
you want to feel sexy.
So you can
and
get
that.
big.
I've got no qualms with
No.
breasties.
But bums and that, I'm like, you can work on
You
the
can
bum.
work a bum.
Yeah, just get.
You can
and
work
also,
a
if you got a little bum,
Get
who
Tammy
cares?
Ambrose's fucking bum workout system or whatever. You know?
Shout out
I don't know
Tammy.
what that is, but sure.
So is hers. She's the big bum girl. And obviously,
I mean,
more
there's
than
plenty.
that. More than
Plenty
that.
of big bum.
Obviously, she's more than that. She's a person with a.
But she's known. She's
but
put a lot of hard, honest working hours into her ass,
and you've got to respect that.
and I respect the fuck out of that.
Well, it's the same as like the
Dudes that get
Liver
jacked.
King. Hard work pays off.
No, hers is actually real though. Liver King's fake. She actually works hard to do it.
Yeah.
So you got to respect that.
Does he still works hard? He just does all the shit
I
you
respect Tammy more than I respect Liver King.
I respect everyone, dude. I'm a respect guy.
Mm.
I'm a big respect
No, I don't
guy.
think so. I've seen
That's
you
bullshit.
disrespect guys. I
Did
saw
we,
you. Remember when you double parked that dude in? That's disrespectful.
No, who?
Did you double park someone in?
I don't know if I double park someone in. I
Can
might
you
have.
tell the story you've told on your podcast a while ago, but there may be some people that haven't heard it. Can you tell us the story of how you double parked someone in your studio? Because it's one of the great stories.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you serious right
No,
now?
I'm actually serious. I don't know what you're talking about.
It would have been when you double parked that guy in and had a fucking brouhaha with the cleaner. Is that the story?
In our studio.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I double parked some fucker in who parked in the car park. That's happened more than once. Don't worry about that. Cunts kept parking in our park. I'm like, all right, well, fucking, I'm just going to leave my car in the middle of the car park here, blocking you in. Whack a sign on his window, not your car park. It doesn't really happen much anymore.
No, I'll tell you what doesn't happen anymore.
'Cause I parked the cunt in.
No, this is Eyes Up Genius.
Yeah, okay.
We put the couch that no one wants, that we paid a lot of money for, in the garage under tarps. And now people go, oh, that's obviously like,
Taken.
that's not fucking,
That's
this
not
isn't a
ours.
visitor park.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
there's
eyes up footy. So
Yeah, it
instead
is.
of the
I
violent
like to think
approach,
that it's me being aggressive.
I
It was
think
ha- it was
you
still
tried
happening.
the aggressive route. They weren't intimidated, so you went the smart
There's
route.
hundreds of people in the building. He hasn't intimidated everyone. He's intimidated probably 30 people, but not everyone.
So you're out there intimidating people in the building.
The car is being intimidating. Like, I'm just going, you parked in.
Him and the
they'll go,
cleaner legitimately almost punched on one day.
What would you do
You're gonna
if
fuck
the
me up as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Fucking oath.
He's jacked.
He gives off like fucking black belt
Well,
vibes
dude, he's
for
got
some reason.
these fucking huge pipes with veins in his arms and shit. I'm like,
'Cause he
this
thought
could
we-
go anywhere, and if it does, I'm just going to try take him to the ground, the Denning Kemp approach, double underhooks, ground and pound.
Just go back to what you know,
Because I'm heavier
judo,
than
baby.
him, but he's fucking piped up.
He's piped up, dude.
So you intimidated a piped up bloke.
No, I just told him to fuck off because he was telling me that we were trimming our beards in the fucking communal bathroom. I'm like, what world are you fucking
Did
in,
he?
bro?
Okay,
but some cunt was sneaking down at night,
And then he
shaving his
accused
beard or
you
his
of
pubes
shaving
in
the
there.
pubes.
And he was saying, well, you're the ones that use it. And then I was like, well, clearly not, cunt, because I've still got a beard and I'm not fucking trimming it in there.
And also, if you've gone in there to see that there's something happening in there, you use it too.
Yeah, well, he's a cleaner, so he's got to clean it.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, then he
But
starts
he
going,
would have backed one out in there for sure.
also-
oh, well, he'd crank him. Of course he would.
Of course
What else
he'd
do?
crank in. Was he going to walk into a toilet and be like, I need to go to the toilet? No, I can't go here and go somewhere else.
No, I was saying masturbate. But but then in the same thing, he's going, it's not just your bathroom, everyone uses it. And I go, yeah, I know everyone uses it, dickhead. That's why it's not our fucking hair in there. You psychopath.
That's a pretty rogue thing to accuse someone of. Just
And
as
off
your
the bat,
beard.
I
That's
walked
beard
past him.
discrimination.
Dude, I just walked past him. I go, morning, mate. And he
It
goes,
was very
"Oi, quickly,
discriminatory.
stop fucking trimming your beard in the bathroom. And I go,
What?
Excuse me, cunt?
Was this post double park in or
This
pre?
was me.
Yeah,
This was me
Post?
at my wits' end of getting double parked in over and over and over again,
wow.
and asking these guys who are like, "Hey, man, can you fucking tell people not to park in our spot?" And then I park someone in, and then he comes and goes, "Dude, don't park him in." And I'm like, well, where am I going to park? And he started trying to tell me the bigger man, and I just closed the door in his face. I just went back to doing the podcast. So
Be
I
the
was
bigger
already-
man, you say? Boom,
Yeah.
close the door.
Fuck that.
Where are you at now, you two?
We're sort of like,
Mates?
like time heals wounds. We're still not mates, but it's like, hey, mate.
I've never seen him.
No, I don't even hear him leaf blowing anymore.
No.
Right when we're trying to record a podcast, which is really nice and doesn't do anything for my blood pressure.
That is torture. Like even here a while ago, we had doing works. Like didn't get told about the works. nothing.
We were in
we
here.
were here.
Yeah, you were
They
here.
kept fucking drilling and then we asked him to stop.
You went purple that day.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, look,
You almost stopped breathing.
hey, I'm a very fair and reasonable guy, but don't be unreasonable to me.
Right.
Like I'll go to that line every day, as in the reasonable line. But like for example, if they had said to us, we will be doing it. Here's the email, and we went back and we looked at an email and it said they're doing it on this time. Then I say that's my problem. That's a me problem. I should have seen that. I should organise it. They didn't do that, so now I'm unreasonable. And we sorted it.
You stomp your feet, hold your breath.
Yeah.
Do you
all that
threaten
kind of
people that way, mate? You fucking keep going. I'm gonna get unreasonable.
I'm gonna hold my breath till I pass out. You don't fucking.
stuff. Oh, I'll hold your breath
Jack
until you
Arstow
pass
used
out.
to do that when you didn't get lollies.
Yeah, of course he did.
Who did?
Jack Arcello, mate, would literally he would stop breathing until he blacked out.
Shit. Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Because I can't.
He'd do it all the time.
Can't you, like, you can't suffocate yourself?
No,
Because once you pass out, you then start
that's
breathing.
Yeah,
again.
that's exactly
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Your body's going, all right, we need to step in here. This guy's a fucking idiot.
Psycho. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
Jack Arcello.
all good. No more double parking.
So far, so good. Yeah, it's been pretty.
Have you, on a serious question, have you ever been genuinely punched in the face?
Yeah, I remember I said on here I got punched in the face like 8 times when I was 7 and I started crying.
No, I mean, like, when you're old enough to, it can cause damage.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
You have?
Yep.
You haven't?
I've had people swing. Oh, yeah, I did actually. I got fucking punched by a junkie and he spat in my face.
Well, what about a healthy
I don't
human
know
being?
what you get up to, bro. When
Yeah.
when you leave me and you fucking go about.
How did you get punched by a junkie?
I was walking home when I was like maybe 24-ish. I was walking home from somewhere on the phone to my mate, and I'm on one side of the road and we're just yarning, and there's a guy on the other side of the street, a junkie dude, and he's walking down the street kicking bins over, whatever. And I'm like aware of it, but I'm like, this is fucking like it was around Surrey Hills. I was like, this is pretty par for the course at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night or whatever it was. Yeah. And
Half of the course at 9 a.m.
Yeah, correct.
Or 11 a.m.
And I'm laughing with my mate, shout out Simi P. And then the junkie looks over and he goes, what are you fucking laughing at? I'm like, on the phone, bro, all good, don't worry. And then he comes over and I'm like, Sam, I am here. Can you just tell the boys? Because I'm going, this is where I am. I've got a junkie approaching me aggressively. And then I just hang up the phone and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want any fucking problem here. And he's like, what the fuck are you laughing at? I'm like, nothing, dude. And I'm just trying to be chill. And then he kept coming out, and it was around like all the coward punchy sort of shit, and
really?
you know, where it was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to fucking hit anyone. I don't want to hit anyone anyway.
Yeah.
But I was just like, dude, I'm not doing anything. And then there's all these people hanging outside their windows like, oh, what's going on? And I've got this junkie like intimidating the fuck out of me. And then he spat in my face.
Oh.
And I was like,
That's see red
fucking
stuff.
cunt. And then he's come at me, and we've had like this little scuffle, and he's hit me in the fucking. And then I just kept going, I'm not going to fight you.
Do you get the hooks in?
No, he was gross, dude. Like, it was fucking, I was had his spit on me, it was gross. And I just kept standing there, I'm going, dude, I'm not going to fucking fight you. So I just stood there, and then he eventually just sort of walked off. And I was like, okay, well, that was fucked.
Yeah, wow.
And then my mate, I must have told this story on like a potty here at some point, but then my mate who's a doctor hit me up and goes, do you ever get fucking blood tests and shit done? And I'm like, dude, it happened like 8 years ago. He's like, yeah, bro, did you get blood tests? And I'm like, no. Well, I was like, I've had them since. I don't have anything. He's like, fuck. He's like, I thought that might have been one you had like skin issues. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, far.
Oh,
What about you, Eddie?
I got
When did you
spat
get-
by a junkie?
When did you get punched in the face?
Mate, I actually got hit in the face by a mate of ours who I'll leave nameless. You know, he's a sweet guy.
I bet I could guess.
It's a few beers
who was
deep.
fucking blind
Yeah.
drunk. And we just got into a bit of a fucking
Yeah.
spat, and he just dropped me out of nowhere.
Just bomb.
Yeah, and I was like, that was pretty fucking etch, bruh.
Yeah.
And then and I woke up and there was a case of beers and all was forgotten.
All was forgotten.
Yeah.
Do you think the punch was appropriate from his perspective or not?
No, it was completely
Just out of-
inappropriate.
okay.
But, I mean, whatever.
These things
When
happen.
you're fucking off your head, like,
Yeah.
shit happens.
What are you, matey? You ever been punched in the head?
I haven't been punched in the head. I got headbutted last year by a random at Magic
Where
Round.
the fuck was that? At Magic Round.
You
got headbutted?
Yeah.
Don't you remember that?
I was getting beers for you guys,
Oh, yeah.
and I went downstairs because remember we were in that separate area, and I went down and I had to get beers from the main area, so I had to go outside the pub and in around. And as I was going out and in, the secchi was kicking someone out. So he's like, oh, I'll just wait here. So I'm just waiting there. And then the bloke who's in a Penrith jersey just said, fucking you shouldn't, like just said absolute gibberish to me and just headbust me straight in the head. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, whatever. Because, you know, I had a few
Typical
beers.
fucking Penrith fan.
Yeah. Got the beers. And then I think I was one of you two, but I gave you a beer and you're like, the fuck's wrong with your head? Yeah.
I have zero recollection.
Yeah, I remember that well.
Was
You
I
must have
already
said
on my
so.
way home?
Well,
Yeah, you were going by that. It was pretty late into the night.
Kempy not looking out for his fucking mate, that's for sure.
Don't worry, matey. That happened again. I'd flog the cunt.
Have you been punched?
Many a time. Many a time. When I was,
Your time.
I remember I got called gay once from across the road
Oh, Jesus.
just because I was dressed nicely. And then anyway, so this is where we're out. I was 18 years old. I walked across. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, don't even know you. Who are you? And this is before I'd played footy or whatever. I was training to play footy, as in the Tosca, whatever. Anyway, And he's like, oh, look, sorry, man. And then one of his friends, and then, because like most people when they talk shit, if you fucking pull them up, they go to water. But then his mate was like, don't fucking say sorry. And then boom, I got dog shot from behind. And then so there was like, because what happened basically was there was about 3 of them, maybe 3 or 4 in this little group. And so I was like, I'm not going to let him just say that. So I walked over and was like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't arcing up. I was just like, bro, what's your problem? Like, calling someone gay, like just because of the way they dress, it's ridiculous. Anyway, and he's like, oh, sorry, man. And when someone was like, don't fucking say sorry. So it must have been an older boy in the crew. But by this stage, like, all these people fucking came out of nowhere. There would have been about 11 of them, I'd say, 11 or 12 of them.
Well, coming out of the cracks.
Also, just because they're gay doesn't mean they dress well. Plenty of gay people don't dress well.
And also,
plenty of straight people dress terrifically well. Shout out Ryan Gosling.
You know what? It's my bad. It was a compliment.
Exactly.
Because gay people dress well, mostly.
They can do.
So anyway, there was so then I got dog shotted from behind, and then we all went down. And so the problem was, so I was with a group of mates, and my mates, they weren't athletes, no training, not
slobs.
No, not slobs. They're all just normal dudes. Nerds. We'll just say nerds. We'll say nerds.
Slobby, nerdy World of Warcraft mates.
Just say nerds. Anyway,
I can picture them.
Yeah.
So it kicks off.
Like Cartman in South Park.
Yeah.
When he fucking shits into a bucket.
Yeah. Neckbeard types.
Yeah, neckbeards.
Your crew of neckbeards.
So you were here in heap of neckbeards.
Yeah.
We'll say it for the story. We'll say it for the story.
Well,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly.
None of them played World of Warcraft.
Just finished doing World of Warcraft.
And so it all kicks off. 2 mates of my mates don't jump in. So there's about 12 of them, 5 of us. So 2 of mine don't jump in.
And did what?
They just stood back, didn't do anything. 2 jumped in.
You still friends with them?
No, I'm not friends with any of them. 2 of them jumped in, and so they were getting absolutely stomped out by 3 or 4 dudes. And I was the only one that was fit. So I was the only one that could handle myself. So anyway, those 2 dudes had to pretty much not beg for, they were just being fuckwits, fucking say you're sorry to the dudes whilst kicking my mates on the ground. Eventually, I'm sorry, man. I was like, fuck that, I'd rather get knocked out. And then, I just kept punching on until then one of their misses ran over and, So
I think what Kempy's saying here is that he fucking took on 12 cunts by him.
Is that what you're saying? Is that where that story goes?
He had a bunch of weak neckbeard fucks with him who did nothing.
No, 2 of them did, and I'll always remember the 2.
Can't be in the neckbeards.
I'll always remember the 2.
Please make that meme.
And I'll always remember the 2 that fucking didn't do anything.
In the neckbeards.
They're 100% not neckbeards at all. They're skinny, normal people. But then I've had
neckbeards are normal people.
I've had quite a I've had fights in clubs, fucking
pubs,
yeah,
pubs, clubs,
pubs,
RSLs,
not RSLs,
surf clubs,
not surf clubs.
Okay,
soccer fields, parks,
libraries,
no libraries,
scout halls, Scout hall.
Scout hall.
Scout hall.
No fights in the scout hall.
You been to Scout hall?
But no, what's crazy is it's not even that many. There's some people that fight all the time.
Yeah, fucking everyone know. Mates of mine used to fight a lot.
I reckon fighter.
I reckon fighting.
Our mate Fighter used to fight a lot. He'd fight all the time.
But fighting's cringe.
Just saying, when if you were fighting a fighter, it's a fight of your life.
Because the fighter is a fighting man.
Yeah. He's a fighter.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And it rings true, let me tell you.
No, it does.
But fighting's cringe. Just walk away. Guys, don't fight. Just walk away.
Fighting's for losers.
It is honestly cringe. It's cringe.
Unless you're a UFC guy, then it's cool.
Yeah.
Do it in a professional environment.
Yeah.
That's cool. Outside of that, not cool, guys. Not cool at all.
Be a pussy. It's way better.
You don't have to be a pussy.
It's safer.
Just walk away.
It's safer.
It's way safer.
Walk away.
I'm walking away.
Craig David, one of the great songs, Booty Man. Listen to Walking Away and then Booty Man after it.
Dude.
I was waiting for you to sing the next line. I'm walking away, and you fucking left me hanging.
Oh, sorry, bro.
I'm walking away.
I don't sing.
What the fuck? I'm walking away.
I passed it on.
That's bullshit.
No, that's
okay.
soft.
Bullshit. How's it cursed?
Bloke and Ringers Western merch drop 2.0. We had a second part of the merch drop on Monday. So trucker hats and new colour of Bloke country shirts. Head to Ringers Western to grab your first ever Bloke trucker hat and also new Bloke country shirts. Now, did you end up getting the back and forth between cheese and down the bottom? Whereabouts is it? Okay, in Sua'ali'i. So Sua'ali'i obviously has decided, the big fella, to go to Union. Have you got the cheese bit? Because at the moment I can only see Trent Robinson and Phil Gore. Anyway, so Sua'ali'i decides to go, apparently getting 1.6 mil. Gus Gould come out and said, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Trent Robertson fired back at Gus and said, in the press conference, basically, well, the quote isn't here, but Trent basically said that, Gus has felt, it sounded like Gus was a bit worried about rugby union, a bit scared of it, and Sua'ali'i will be here for the 18 months. And then Gus returned serve and said, I fear no one. Don't shoot the messenger. What do you reckon, boys?
I think it's funny that, like, now it started off with rugby league v rugby union, like the back and forth, and now rugby league is like turning on themselves, and it's like,
which is so rugby league.
It's so rugby league. Like now, Gus is like, fucking go. It's like, Gus, what a childish
Gus.
And I love Gus, but Gus is getting a bit fucking Andrew Bolty, like just angry dad yelling at the
a bit
TV.
too much Sky News.
It's Sky News.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't relate it back to global warming.
Climate change.
That's another story.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me see what his fucking problem is. 1.6 mil. He can't. No one's going to get paid that in rugby league.
Well, I think Gus Gould is basically, his issue is every time he plays now, it's advertising for rugby union.
But it's not.
No, it's not.
Because he's still playing rugby league. So that's stupid. I almost said a word that has been cancelled. It's stupid. He is playing rugby league, not rugby union. Yeah, he's going to rugby union, but it's not promoting rugby union. It's promoting.
I think
rugby
it's
league.
like an old school way of thinking of us versus them. I think it's a very
But that's still
league
cool. Like,
wars.
it still is us versus them. But rugby union, with the greatest respect, couldn't hold a fucking pubic hair to rugby league. Like it's not even close. They're going to have a couple of good years where maybe they buy a shitload of leagueies and don't win the World Cup.
There's no way out of the mess that rugby's put itself into in the years after the fucking Rugby World Cup last time in 2003. There's actually a good podcast about the mess that was fucking created.
Were we in that podcast?
We actually were when we talked to Angus Crichton. But fucking point is, there's a World Cup coming up in 2007 or 2027, and they need a marketable man, a hot young
throbber.
fucking stud who's also an Islander. So that's a nice little fucking way into all the Islander nations. He's fucking great looking, and he's an incredible footballer. They need someone to put bums on seats, right? That's what it is. What's going to happen after 2027? I think Sua'ali'i goes and fucking maybe plays rugby league. Maybe goes to Europe and plays rugby union up there. Like, he's not going to fucking stay playing at the Waratahs. Let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. And then rugby's going to try and invest in the grassroots after the game, but they'll get swallowed by the behemoth that is rugby league. Rugby league's got too much money now. Way too much coin. So all your fucking prodigies that you bring up through the schoolboy system, we just go yoink, yoink, yoink,
Well,
yoink.
Sully literally asked like 100 grand, maybe 200 grand from rugby union when he
Initially.
was playing, and then they were like, nah, and they're like, we'd prefer to wait a couple of years and give you 1.6 million if that's all right with you.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think even it was Angus Crichton where they said, you're not going to debut before 22 or something.
Yeah, so that was the
And he
thing that
like,
was
what
quoted in the
hell?
podcast. 'cause he
By
said it to us.
23.
Yeah.
They were
And
like, we
by
don't-
that age, he was playing Origin.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
who
bizarre.
the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense.
It's bizarre. They just
We
got a
can't
different
see
way
you
of thinking.
playing for the Waratahs until you're 23 years old. When he was 18 at the time, he'd be like, what the fuck am I going to do for 5 years?
Yeah.
Sit on my hands,
Get an
bro?
apprenticeship. That's what you do in rugby.
Go, mate, go get a trade.
I don't agree with it. I can see what Gus is saying in regards to, everyone, if he goes on to become the superstar that we know he can be, Sua'ali'i, everyone will constantly talk, he's going to union, he's going to union. So I can see what he means by that. But I think, like, from the Roosters'
But
perspective...
that's not promoting the game of rugby union. That's just promoting its existence.
Well, like, for example, when Carmichael Hunt went to AFL, some independent group did a study on just the signing of it and the media exposure that it got. And within the first week, in the media exposure they got, it had already paid his entire contract.
I wouldn't be shocked if Sua'ali'i is pretty much the same thing, right?
And
Like,
so, but that's what it means with the media exposure. That's what Gus Gould, I think, is referring to is like the media exposure about him going to union, because it won't go away. Every time he does something great, it'll be brought up. So that's where I think he's coming from.
yeah, it seems like that's where he's coming from. But you're like, fucking relax. Like, let the guy just. This is the world we're in.
Well,
this is the world of fucking professional sport.
I agree with you. I don't agree with Gus in regards to, like, what, are we going to punish this? Like, there's a person on the other side of it. He's like, Sua'ali'i is a young man. Like, he doesn't want to be told, like, see you later. Hit
But
the,
also
like, it's like,
Gus,
come on, bro.
The
Of-
response to this whole thing has been pretty over the top.
100. I agree. I was saying to Matty.
Who honestly gives a fuck?
Agreed.
Who, like they said on 360 the other night, like I think it was the Mayo man. It was like, I've actually got him 7th best fullback in the comp, which is probably about right. 7th best player leaving. Yeah, he's got a huge ceiling, but at the moment, that's probably where
he hasn't done anything. Like if he wasn't prodigy, chat, you'd be going, oh, this kid's pretty good. Like he's a pretty good fucking player coming through. Shout out Guru, could be anything. But it's not like he is Greg Inglis on the scene, taking souls and fucking dominating straight away. He's obviously very good, though. I also think it's really fucking like people going, well, can he pass? You're like, the guy's fucking good, all right? Relax. He's going to go and do just
He's not like me. He's not wigging out about passing.
He's not. He played rugby union growing up. I think he's going to be fucking
I think he's going to be just fine. And let's also not forget that that's what he grew up playing.
I was going to say,
He's only been playing league for 2 years. Yeah. So that's like make out like we've lost like our fucking son or some shit.
And also,
ridiculous.
The Roosters are trying to win comps.
As if they give a fuck.
Like what? But like, why would you get rid of your young outside back when you're trying to win comps? It's like, oh yeah, all right, just because we want to make the rest of the NRL happy, we'll send him away. Yeah. It's like, we're trying to win comps here, bro.
Let's get rid of the potential prestige and history on offer if we were to win a couple of comps with this absolute throbber. Yep. Not to mention the money that would come in if we're winning comps.
Mate, if Robinson went to Bilitis with that, he'd be sacked on the spot. Yep. Go, fuck off, you're not up to it.
And I think Sua'ali'i is so good for the game. So I'm just grateful we get to see him for another 2 years.
Same,
I'm
He'll
fucking
be
stoked.
back. Fuck, I also, I don't mind.
Could have been the Sunny Bills
a
about
couple
him.
of throbbers.
And also,
Rugby
he's
League is
representing
producing
us.
so many good fucking players over and over and over and over. Look at someone like Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh is better than Sua'ali'i right now, comfortably. He is a Rugby League product. Who gives a fuck if someone goes, someone else comes through?
I think you raise a reasonable point, Tom. It's probably the right time to transition to like fucking a bit of patriotism. I don't want to see the Wallabies get humped at home in a home World Cup. Like, I want to see fucking W's. And if we need a healthy dose of leagueies to get that fucking job done, then so be it. We've done it before. 2003, all the boys went across. Rogers,
Boyd the
Sailor,
boys,
Takiri. And we made a fucking final. So if it means shipping a couple of leagueies across for a couple of years to win a World Cup, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Rugby League... It's unfortunately it's rugby league's cross to bear. You're clearly way bigger than rugby union, and unfortunately, you're gonna need to lend us a couple of your fucking big hot throbbers for a World Cup time. The nation needs it.
I'd respect the ARU more if they came out and they said publicly, we need the assistance of rugby league. We need some of your fucking big hot throbbers. Can we borrow them from a couple of years? Win a World Cup, maybe you bled for the first time in fucking 40 years. And then you can have them back.
Yeah.
I think most people would go, that sounds pretty reasonable.
It's a nation. It's a matter of national interest, right?
This is national interest.
Australia first.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe the government could step in.
Yeah.
No, because you know how they fucking block like the sales of shit to China because it's in the national interest, not just China, but I'm using them as an example. Maybe it's in the national interest that rugby league sells a couple of throbbers to rugby union, loans them, rents.
Rent them.
Rent
a throbber.
Yeah. Rent a throbber. So if Albo was to go, and look, I know he's a fucking Souths fan, so he's probably not going to do this, but we go, listen, matter of national interest, Souths, we're taking Latrell. Roosters, we're taking Sua'ali'i. Manly, you guys, we'll leave you with Turbo and everything, you're fine. Walsh, you're coming over. Nico, get over here, you little fucker, you're playing 5'8", let's go. Cleary maybe as well. And then you go, sweet.
Yeah, you got a back line. Now you start looking for
Matty
some
Burton,
big boys.
Get over.
Payne Haas run off the back of a scrum.
If we were in like Russia or something like that, or China, they probably would do that. They probably would do that.
We need a bit more dictator about it.
Listen, if we had a bit more dictator, a bit more like authoritarian about us, a bit more North Korea about us, then we'd be winning that we'd be winning that World Cup in 2027. Know that.
Have you seen
Icarus? The world knows this as a truth. If we didn't have rugby league, we wouldn't have fucking lost a World Cup. Like, that's just a fact.
That's a fact.
That's just a fact.
And
people get uppity, and maybe there's some Kiwis out there. Shout out to you.
We're also half Kiwi.
You might get a bit uppity about that as well, but let's just be honest. We all know the truth.
I already know. Look, in the comment sections, we understand rugby union is a big game worldwide. We get that.
You get to travel to fucking Europe. We know
we
that,
get it.
dude.
We get it.
But the game itself is shit. It used to be great. I love rugby. A great game of rugby union equal to any sport on the planet.
It can be great.
It can be good.
It can be fucking
A World
amazing.
Cup union is nothing.
But we're not even necessarily talking about that.
Stupid.
All I'm saying is All I'm saying is if there was no rugby league and all our talent that is in rugby league played in rugby union, we wouldn't have lost a Bled, we wouldn't have lost a Tri-Nations, now for fucking rugby championship, and we wouldn't have lost a World Cup. That's all I'm saying.
It'd be one of the greatest rivalries all time. Imagine All Blacks.
It wouldn't be close.
You reckon?
No.
It'd be like rugby league would hump them every fucking year. And they'd get one win every now and then.
I reckon it'd be close.
like
We
Scotland
would
versus
beat
England.
the absolute shit out of the All Blacks, and I mean that with the greatest respect.
I reckon it'd be
as
close.
a Kiwi myself, half.
Because they beat us sometimes in league.
Sometimes.
They've won one
So
World
that would
Cup.
be the equivalent. Like we beat the All Blacks when it's like, oh, the Bledisloh's actually a fucking four test series. It's like they'll beat us 3 games and then it'll be like we'll lose one.
I reckon
We'll
it'd be
win one.
close. Now, Brandon Smith said the Wallabies need more than a $1.6 million Roosters winger to beat the All Blacks, which is a relatively fair statement. We've been getting towed up by the All Blacks for the last fucking 20 years or whatever. And Brandon Smith's a Kiwi. I don't know if anyone knew that.
Couldn't do it with fucking Falau.
So it's a pretty fair statement. I know it's tongue-in-cheek, but it's kind of true. Morgan Turanui has come out and said Brandon Smith opens his mouth and confirms what we've always thought of him, that he's a legend. Turanui said on Stan Sport between 2 posts, the old saying attributed to Lincoln's, that's Abraham Lincoln's, and Mark Twain's, if you're a fool and you keep your mouth shut, you're probably better off than opening your mouth and confirming to everyone that you are.
Is quoting Mark Twain the most rugby union fucking comeback of all time? Like, I thought the fucking head of Rugby Australia going, you NRL are crybabies. I thought that was lame, and it was. And it basically lost them the whole battle. Like, you just got Sua'ali'i, then you say crybabies. That's impossibly embarrassing. But then to quote Mark Twain.
Well, not just Mark Twain.
Well,
Abraham Lincoln.
And also Abraham Lincoln's?
The Lincolns.
Is it a couple of him?
Maybe. Multiple
The
Lincolns.
Lincolns.
Yeah, that's
I'm
lost
not
me a
sure.
little bit.
He's more educated
Listen,
than us. He would know. He's more
Well,
educated.
he is.
But I tell you what.
That's it. That's one
It's
of
a
the
bit of
worst.
banter,
That's one of the
bruh.
worst takes I've ever seen.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like you should be able to come back with something a bit like Brandon's being tongue-in-cheek funny. You're kind of going a little bit like etch and
You're like trying to insult
literary.
him. Calling him an actual fool.
Yeah.
No,
because
that's-
he said something true.
That's exactly what he's doing. I don't know why that's fucking hit Tiranu between the eyes so much. It's like, what
Jesus.
exactly has offended you about that statement?
don't know.
I don't really get it. He's a Kiwi, so he's going to say something like that anyway.
And it's true.
It's also fucking true.
It's so true.
It's like it's disgustingly true. It's almost embarrassingly true to the point where people don't even watch the game anymore. It's so true. That's how fucking true it is. And then you've gone after him, basically calling him a fool, like out of nowhere.
It's bizarre. It is bizarre.
It's so edge.
And it's like to call a man who's basically stating fact a fool makes you kind of look silly.
I just don't understand it because, like,
Maybe you shouldn't open your mouth, bro.
we're all extremely proud Aussies. Like, I'm
Also half Kiwi.
You can say that. I'm full proud Aussie. Like, I want us to beat All Blacks every day of the week. What Brandon Smith said is 100% correct.
Yeah.
And it's
funny.
and it's pretty funny.
It's fucking hilarious. And it's good banter.
He's a cheeky little fucker.
He's a cheeky little fucker.
But he also, I like, he's worded it so well. He's like a Roosters winger.
Yeah.
He put the winger part in
Yeah.
there. It's just, it's good
It's
stuff.
good stuff.
He's
If he had
also
said-
bagging out his teammate.
If he had said, yeah.
Who he's got a soft spot for because he
loves.
told us that. So like,
But if
fuck.
Brandon Smith, if he had said, if Turanui had said, Brandon Smith opens his mouth and confirms he's a cheeky little fucker, I would have said, you know what? That's
Love it.
true. He is a cheeky little fucker.
But you've gone so hard in the paint.
You got cut. You got cut.
Yeah, you got really cut.
Cut face.
He's Suko mode.
Suko mode. He's gone full Suko mode.
Quoting Abraham Lincoln's and shit. Who's not even a real person. I don't think.
Dude.
Well, I've heard of Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
I don't know who the fuck this Lincoln's guy is.
No.
Oh, fuck. That's gold.
Poor
Yeah,
old
so
Morgan.
look, I thought Brandon Smith, he spoke nothing but facts. To beat the All Blacks at a World Cup or even just generally, we're going to need more than a winger.
Yeah, we are.
And I like nothing against Morgan's Turanui's. He's good. I liked watching him. He was good back in the day. But, he was a good player.
Gun player, but at the same time, calling someone a fool for a bit of banter.
Yeah. Calm down, Morgan's.
Chill, bro.
Morgans.
So we've been called
Back to sleep,
crybabies,
mate.
and now
fools.
we're all fools. You crybaby fools.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, relax, dude.
Yeah.
Take off the tweed jacket, bro.
I reckon that they say chance and dance.
Well, they do. No, listen. Chance and dance is very rugby union.
Got a bit of the Thomas William George Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, I can't deny my truth.
Now,
Doesn't have to be a truth though, Tom.
Nah, mate, I am who I am. I'm a fucking mixture of all, and I'm half Kiwi.
Have you mentioned that before?
I don't know, dude. Just whenever I know.
Now, Wighton, hot boy throbber, Canberra's finest, Jackie Wighton on the open market.
Dude,
I mean,
love it.
love it. When you just needed more in the news cycle, when rugby league wasn't giving you enough,
No, I get delivers.
Jackie Wighton goes, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm out.
I'm fucking testing me value.
Yeah, I'm
But he's
testing
not
me value.
like. Is he gonna? Is he?
And this will be sorted before round 10 because he has to take his option up before round 10.
Is he? He'll be testing himself as a 6, I would assume.
Just as a throbber, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Remember, we were saying he's elite.
Because you can't really pin him down as just a 6. He's fucking.
He's
a bit
played
of
his
an
best
everyman.
footy out. I know he won a Dally M at 6.
No, yeah.
But I think he's played his best footy out in other positions.
You
Yeah.
reckon like what, fullback or just being a
Centre.
14?
Centre.
Oh, it's centre. You reckon?
He's a gun centre. He's a gun
But
centre.
he's not going to get sent. He's not. If you want, he doesn't. And if he wants to go win comps, then
Well, look at the
you can
Cowboys
get
with
centre money,
Valentine
though.
Holmes.
Yeah, but it was it wasn't a mistake. But I
it's
think
working.
Having fullback money tied up in your centres is not an ideal cap strategy.
I reckon
is
Jackie
it?
Wighton.
Well, Joey Marner's on huge coin. He's a centre.
Is he on huge coin?
Well, I reckon this
He's
isn't
not on
about
$1 million,
money.
also
but I
at
think
the
he's on.
Roosters.
Well, the Roosters offered Latrell to pay $800,000 to play centre.
And Charlie Mitz said, no, I want to play fullback.
Because he wants that big dick Bicky.
No,
yeah,
he's still on unders. I know he
You
is.
said Trell's not on $1 million?
No.
He just wanted to play fullback.
And he wanted to play with Wayne and he wanted to play with Rabbitohs. I know he got offered over $1 million when he fucking...
West Tigers offered him one.
West Tigers offered him, like, I think 50%
multiple
of the
clubs.
club.
Multiple clubs
Tigers
offered
like,
him
"You can own
over
this
$1 million.
joint."
And he
Right.
said no. He said, I want to play under Wayne. I want to play with the Rabbitohs. So he took unders to stay there. And he's pretty sure he's still on relative unders in the sense of the $1 million. He's not on as much as what he got offered
How
by the other
old is
clubs 2
Latrell,
years ago.
Matty?
25.
Yeah, right.
Fucking hell, we've got so much more Trell.
No.
Which I'm
Unless
pumped
Eddie
about.
Jones climbs up in his arsehole and offers him like $50 billion.
Imagine him as a centre and
I'd take it, dude. I'd take it.
Fuck.
Fuck,
Inside
imagine
or
running at
outside
him.
centre,
Fuck
dude.
that.
Fuck.
It'd be fucked.
Yeah.
It'd
That
be
would be
fucked.
so
Him just
horny,
trucking
bro.
seed.
Dude, it'd be fucking good.
Bit more room
listen,
to fucking wind up.
I wouldn't mind, and like Trell's an ornament to the game already, so like I would probably Trell going to rugby would hurt way more than Sua'ali'i, but fucking it'd be
He'd look good in gold.
He'd look good
I
in Wallaby
think
gold, bro.
He would.
He'd look so
fucking
good.
Next-
And what I'd do is I'd give him gloves, just make me feel like the old days.
Oh, Dale Wendell.
Dale and fucking Mortlock.
Give
and
him
shit.
gloves,
Give him
bro.
gloves.
We won fucking games of rugby union when the boys had gloves on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
get the gloves back.
I used to wear gloves under 14.
Of course you did. You reek of it.
That
Dude,
is
I was a
so
fucking
Gilbert
fucked.
gloves.
I needed gloves. Dude.
You're not a
I
gloves
was an
man.
under 14s 5'8". Gloves.
If you have
with the
gloves, you
fingers
better be a
cut out.
throbber.
yeah, fingers cut off.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
wearing
yeah.
full finger gloves. I'm not in the mittens.
Fuck me.
Well, nothing at shock. Nothing at
No,
shock.
that's true.
Oh my god. I reckon the next government should run on rent-a-throbber policy.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to win World Cups.
Yeah.
I'll put this policy in where we get to rent throbbers between codes to win World Cups.
Yeah, for home World Cups.
Like, bring some leagues over to soccer next World Cup.
Probably could. Well, you could head that up. You
I'll
could be
head
the
it
head
up.
of international relations between,
Throbbers and that.
leagues and
Well,
Socceroos.
national relations.
Throbbers and that.
Sorry, you're right. National relations. Throbbers and that.
Throbbers and that.
It'd be throbbers and that, and then like rent a throbber.
Rent-a-throbber. Yeah. So run on that. But yeah, Jackie Boy
Where
Wighton.
is Jack Wighton from? We're trying to work that out this morning.
Oh, I think he's from Is he from the Canberra area?
That's I've got a Queanbeyan vibe about him, but I'm not
I
sure.
thought someone said he was from Orange. Shout out.
He was born in Orange.
There you go.
Yep.
Shout out Jeff Athletic,
Yeah.
not an ad.
But like, Jackie's the kind of player that at the moment he's played his best footy at centre, in my opinion. But imagine him with a gun 7 that just released him to do what he needed to do.
Release his hips.
Release his hips, release everything about him.
Well, I think Tom was saying this morning, I don't know where Matty Moylan's at, what his contract looks like.
Vossi said it.
Oh, and then you told me.
I heard Vossi. I saw it
Well,
on
then
like
but the only
SEN.
problem with that is you'd probably lose Trindle then. Unless Trindle's willing to wait two years.
But he could be a 14. Do we
Yeah,
call?
but Trindle's a good 7, man. He deserves to be playing regular.
So do we think
7.
Trindle will go to 7 and Hines will go to 6 in the future?
Trindle can be 7 or 6.
Matty
So-
Moylan's contracted till 24.
I think by next year you'll see Trindle as the 6 to Hines as 7.
Okay.
But Jackie Wighton at 6 with Hines, holy
Dude.
shit.
Dude, you want to talk about hot as
Oh, fuck, that's
I also
hot.
wouldn't
That's like we're winning a comp.
Jackie in blue, in the Cronulla blue.
Oh, with the blue eyes too.
Oh, I can see it.
I can kind of see it. No,
Him and Hines would get up to no good.
Oh, just keep them away from Northies.
They'd get up to no good.
They'd be rock
They'd
stars
be letting
down
off
there.
fucking firecrackers and shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Fireworks and fucking down
like,
the beach.
Yeah, down the beach. Like naughty boys. Like bashing people
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Skipping
Slow-mo
class,
runs
skipping
and stuff.
training shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rocky, where they train together on the beach there. You can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
Nico
yeah.
on that doing that in
Yeah.
off season.
Like egging houses and shit.
Yeah, toilet paper.
Did you have egg houses?
Duncan, like, juniors.
Yeah.
Did you have egg houses?
Yeah.
Egg houses is done. Egging houses is done.
We
hey?
used to stone them more than egg.
Stone?
You just throw rocks onto the tin roof.
Dude,
Makes
that's
it
way
sound-
worse.
Yeah.
Well,
How big were the
actually, I don't know, it
rocks?
is
Were they little
worse.
pebbles or they like...
No, they weren't huge. There was no damage done.
You weren't like trebuchet catapulting them?
No, we were an egg town.
Egg-based town?
Yeah, egg-based town. With egg
I think egging's done.
Steve, you find stones
I think
everywhere.
it's
That's the
still
thing. You
done.
don't have
It's
to
a
buy 'em.
young'un, or a young'un's just too busy
No, I
fucking
think...
playing World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
I don't think youngins fucking...
Egg
I don't
houses?
see. I tell you what, I don't see as many of brown eyes.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
No. The good on us brown
Bring back
eye?
the brown eye.
Yes, dude.
Mate, you used to fucking see brown eyes everywhere. They used to be
They were par for the course.
par for the cause.
If you went a
If
day
walked-
without
if
seeing a brown eye, you were shocked.
Shocked.
So
The world was ending.
So, like, what are we talking here? Like, as in you want grown men brown eyeing?
No,
or-
no.
Well, I don't want.
You don't want kids.
You don't want kids. Well, I want kids brown eyeing kids.
Yes,
I don't want
that's
to be
what we
involved in the kid brown eye market. Like that's I can steer clear of that.
I
But
remember
good on
one
us
time
brown
when I was
eye.
younger.
Mate, think about this. Like, if you got the bus home, someone had fucking brown eye.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Pushed up against the glass. Now, you didn't want to see it.
When I was younger,
But you celebrate it.
you saw
You
it.
said, I stood there and clapped.
when I was younger, my brother,
Well, you knew the nation was in good hands, Tom.
my brother and my cousin, we obviously, you have the sleepovers and that. Anyway, they always used to dare me to do shit fucking all the time, and I would just do it because I'm trying to impress the younger brother. They're like, dare you to like brown eye the door? And so we're in bed, and I'm brown, literally they're like, do it for like a minute, and I was like, I'll fucking do it. So I'm brown eyeing the door. Dad walks in, boom, brown eye. Dad's like, what the fuck? What's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah,
here?
but he also probably would have known. A society grows great when kids are brown eyed.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
telling
believe the
you,
old saying goes.
yeah, that's the old saying. That's exactly what it is. And you just never see them anymore, and it's fucking breaks my heart.
Moonies?
It's the same shit. But Mooney's,
Mooney's
Mooney's
is
separate the cheeks,
Mooney's PG
obviously.
version because you're just seeing a bit of crack. Brown
Yeah.
eye is when you're getting into your work.
Well, brown
You're
eyes.
separating the cheeks.
Yeah, brown eyes
To reveal the eye.
Yeah, well, you got to
Maybe it went out of vogue when anal bleaching came in. Potentially. I'm just trying to consider all options here as to why we've seen a real,
Look, I don't
Loss of
have,
the brown
I don't have any visibility
So-
around how our primary schools are performing. But if Dacking and Brown Eyes have gone out, I'm truly worried about the future.
So-
dead legging, sack whacking.
So what you're trying to
dead
say?
legs, dude. Fuck, you just
Oh,
come
they
up
used
and
to
some
fucking
kind
do
of
it.
just fucking drive.
Someone
you couldn't walk for days.
No, dude, someone got me
weeks.
crying with a dead leg once.
No,
and I
no,
was in
mate. Dead legs were
tears,
almost sometimes because you had to get a sack whack pure.
dude. You don't have to
pure
get a
and
pure
true.
sack whack. You got to just be in the area.
But I'm saying a dead leg could fuck you up way longer.
And you've got a
full
lot of surface area to go.
Exactly. Instead of like a pure sack whack, you're fucking done.
So what
for
you're
the day.
saying is that any dribbler sees you out, give you a brown eye.
I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't mind seeing one. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing one.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is I haven't seen enough of them.
So dribblers,
Lately.
take that on board.
Brown eye Kemp. Send Kemp
Not
pictures
me.
of brown eyes.
No, don't
DM
try.
Kempy
Now,
pictures of brown
you're
eyes.
recycling my joke.
I'm not recycling. You're a part of
You're
this.
taking.
dude.
You're no. The dribblers tell us sport. You're the one that want to see more brown eyes. I don't want to see more brown eyes.
No, you do.
Send Kemp your brown eyes.
Send Kemp your brown
no,
eyes.
no,
He's
no.
going to rate them. You're going to get a
You're
free
getting
case of
blocked.
bloke.
You send a brown eye to me, you're getting
Free
blocked.
case of bloke.
You're getting blocked.
First brown eye gets a prize.
Getting blocked. So if you enjoy bloke content,
Do you like fucking bloke beer?
Send a brown eye.
Send a brown.
Yeah.
Brown eye.
nah.
Yep.
Where do you reckon Jackie will end up?
The Dolphins.
See,
But-
I want to know: is it about money for him, or is it
That's what I
about
was trying to
prems?
say.
But I was,
If it's about
going to
money-
say, what is it about?
If it's about money, then
Because
you
if
go to
it's
the fucking
dollar
Tigers.
bills, then the fish seem like an option. So do the Tigers, quite frankly.
I just think of like now. I'm thinking like.
but if
Jackie,
he wants glory,
I'm thinking Jackie White middle negotiation, just brown eyes away.
Yeah. Well, that's how you get a deal done.
if he wants if he wants glory, who's looking for someone of his fucking?
Well, I mean, this whole Eels thing that apparently is blown out of proportion, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe he lands at the Eels.
But so then
What
he'd have to
thing's
take
been blown
a
out of
serious
proportion?
haircut.
So
wouldn't he?
some people reckon that they're just looking for an outside back, the Eels, and the media has just blown this out of proportion. And everyone talking about it is just nonsense. Eels are just looking to improve their squad. But then there's other camp, which I actually fall in, where he is good enough to win a premiership, and there shouldn't even be a question from the Eels as to could we get a better fullback? It should be like, Gutho's our fullback.
Yeah.
No one's replacing him.
Yeah.
We're looking for a centre or a winger, and that's it. But it's really vague and
Yeah,
whatever.
we want someone who can play all positions.
But
It's
like Brad Arthur literally, Brad Arthur said to Gutho or something, we're not just going to replace you with anyone. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Which is like saying that they're considering it.
It's such a Parramatta move. We sniff a grand final, 0-4, shit the bed, 0-3, 1-3, whatever the fuck
Let's
it is.
disrespect our best
1-3.
player.
Yeah, and for
skipper.
Jaden Campbell, and I'm not knocking Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell's an
Why
up and comer.
so Jaden Campbell
He's
is
just been tossed in.
That's what I was going to say. He's just been thrown around. Surely,
Yeah.
no disrespect to Jaden Campbell, Preston's boy, but
You're not fucking Clint
you're
Gutherson.
not Clint.
No, you're not Clint.
You're not walking into the Eels and fucking filling those shoes.
And taking them from Spoon to GF.
Also, there has not been one person who's like, get what they're talking about. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
It's bizarre. But as I said, a lot of fans are like, this is just being blown out of proportion.
Of
I'm
course
like,
they're saying that. It's Eels fans, right? They think they're going to win a comp.
But if it has been blown out of proportion, you get on the fucking blower of the journos.
you just
the
make a
360
statement.
boys, and you come down and you go, well, fucking, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Get your little fucking film cameras up. We are not replacing Clint Gutherson.
That's not what they did, though.
well, they tried to, but they were like,
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. Brad Arthur was even still like, he was like, oh, we're just looking for a better player. But he didn't outright say, Gutho's our fullback and we're not looking for a fullback.
No, he sort of, I heard him on 360 saying, or at least they played it, I don't know if it was a presser, but he was like, you're gonna, unless it's Teddy or fucking Turbo, you're not really gonna get someone who's better than Gutho. So we're looking for someone who might be a utility, who can play centre, can play wing, can fill in at fullback if we need to. But like, that was sort of what he said. I get that, but I don't know why the fuck we need to hear about you. Oh, what? Cool, Parramatta, you're trying to buy some players. Shut the fuck up
That's what
about
I'm
it.
saying. Like, why didn't the club immediately come out? Like, for example, when the rumour started with Moses going to the Roosters immediate next day, less than 24 hours, we are not looking for anyone there. We are backing Kiri.
Yes.
I don't
Straight
understand
away.
why
Even pulled him aside at training.
he said no. Whereas like this idea that like, oh yeah, we're just looking to improve our squad. It's like, yeah, I get that. That's just, of course you are.
Of course you are.
But this idea that, oh, he may be able to play fullback, he may not be able to play fullback, he's a utility. It's like, if the case was that you're looking for an outside back, you just say, no, we're just looking for a strike outside back. No one's taking Gutho's spot.
Gutho's an Origin player.
Yeah. He may fill in if Gutho gets injured, but outside of that, and I know some fans, they'll just say, yeah, that's kind of what he said. I'm like, I don't think they've been
It's
clear.
so unnecessary.
It's just the whole thing is unnecessary.
It was better left unsaid.
And how did it? And also, like, let's say you fall on the side of it's blown out of proportion. How did a conversation between Gutho and Brad Arthur get to the media that quickly? That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Other than maybe they wanted to be out there.
And why do you think they want it to be out there? Because they're basically saying to fullbacks like, hey,
Well, I think they're greasing the wheels for
Change.
like change.
greasing the wheels of change.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to just put
Greasing
out
the
there.
wheels of change.
We've
Well,
got a bit of
apparently,
cash.
well,
They've got
fucking-
3 spots in their top 30 at the moment.
Wasn't Gutho supposed to be cool with it?
Well, Gutho was
Or was
like,
that fucking bullshit as well?
well, yeah, Gutho is like, whatever is going to make us better, I'll do. Which
He's
is a good
class
captain.
act, but he's probably like, fuck this cunt. Come back to Manly, Gutho.
He's truly about whatever's going to win them a comp. But I think that, like, at the same... I don't know, but I think
well, I
that...
can tell you right now, there isn't any fullbacks available because outside of fucking himself. That
Unless they
that
got,
are going
like,
to
we're
do a better
saying Joey
job.
Manu's off contract next year.
But that's just, like, put him at centre. I'd still keep Gutho. Like, if I was... Put it this way. If I was running the Eels and this came out, I would say we're looking for an outside back. No one's taking Gutho's spot. We wouldn't replace him for anyone.
Would you move Gutho to the centres if Joey Manu was around?
No. Gutho is so good.
I'm just a question.
You wouldn't move Gutho
No.
for Joey Manu of Golden Boot fame?
No. I'd keep him in centre and have the same role that he plays at the Roosters.
Okay.
Mm.
Gutho, he literally the grand final last year. In the grand final. Like... He's a great ball player. He saves so many tries in defence. He gets through so much work. He's organising in defence. He's taken the club from wooden spoon to a powerhouse. Like,
Good point.
I just...
No, I'm Team Gutho.
Same.
Just
And I love
curious
Gutho.
to see what you thought because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm Team Gutho.
We
he may not
have no idea.
He may not have the ceiling that...
We actually don't.
He may not have the ceiling that Manu does, for sure. Like, Manu can do crazy things a lot of players can't do. But the consistency that Gutho offers, your strike is Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses. These are fucking hot boy
Yeah,
throbbers
we
in the
need
middle
X Factor. Who the fuck are those two then?
I don't understand it. But if you had like a Wighton or a Manu in the centres, all of a sudden you could take that next step into a premiership. Whereas if you put let's say you put Manu at fullback and Gutho at centres, you basically got the same problem. You got no strikeout. Well, you got like Gutho's not a strike, as they've said, X Factor outside back. You've got Manu who goes to fullback and he gets through a bunch of work and maybe sometimes plays better than Gutho could have played. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the big difference in Gutho and Manu week to week because I think Gutho is already a top-tier fullback.
Does this solve our Jack Wighton problem then? Would he go to the Eels?
Well,
He's
that's
got X Factor.
if it's not about money.
He's got a lot of X Factor.
If you put him outside Dylan Brown, those two fucking hot boys running at you, that's where you go.
Your problems.
Well, that's where they go. You go, they can win a premiership.
Does Jackie Boy maybe want to go and, play under Waynos up at the Fish?
I reckon if it's about money, get the 1.5 from Waynos.
But the Fish are also pretty good. So it's like you're not actually just going to the Tigers, lol.
But he's
You're
not going to. I don't think he'd win a comp ball for them.
Probably not.
Like, I think that he suits what the Dolphins are doing right now. Tough as fuck, rips and tears every game.
He's their brand. He's on brand.
He's on brand. I mean, Ray Stone, Jack Wighton, same team. Fuck.
Cramp.
How do you get cramps when you don't exercise?
Oh, we trained this morning.
We trained this morning, yeah. We've nicknamed him Gumby because he's so flexible.
I'm very flexible.
Josh, our trainer,
Are you really?
Jeff Athletic, is like, this motherfucker's like one of the most flexible people.
You know what that is?
It's not
Because you're not
true.
explosive.
No, I'm very explosive.
You're opposite.
It's also right next to fucking fence post here who can barely
explosive.
fucking...
Not
No,
explosive.
he's not. Definitely not. He can't even touch his toes.
I reckon he's more explosive
Can you
than
touch your toes?
As in when I'm like lying down or
stand
standing
up
up?
and just touch your toes.
I think so, yeah. But it depends how like straight you put your...
You keep your legs straight.
Yeah, you can.
Can you now just stand up and do it?
I'll see if I can. Probably can't.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He doubted you, bro. I didn't doubt you.
Dude, today
I
he
didn't doubt you, bro.
Today it was
Yeah, but he's a
fucking
big game
embarrassing.
player. He's a big game player.
I can basically eat my own
We're
ass
on,
if I
we're on
want.
the
I'm
biggest
big game.
podcast in the country.
I'm big game. We've
and
always
he
done
nailed
that.
it.
Yeah, you did. No one saw it though, but
You saw it,
I was impressed.
and you're the one doubting me.
I'm not doubting you. You're as stiff
I didn't
as a
doubt
fucking
you.
ball.
Listen,
You know you're as stiff as a ball.
I'm not denying my stiffness, Tom. I would never deny my stiffness. It's who I am.
And me, I'm fucking Gumby.
I'm working hard at it though. It's taken a long time. I do my fucking hip flexor stretches like every day.
Nice, bro.
Because Josh was like, "You've got the tightest hips, maybe all time."
Does your back hurt all the time?
It did because
Because
of
of
that.
their tight hips.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hip flexors. I was a complete mess. I came back from holidays, a mess.
A
Complete mess.
Yeah.
You've been building me from the ground up. Step one was no pain.
Yeah.
I'm out of pain and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive.
You're in slipstream.
And now it's about fucking just 6 packs.
What about you?
We'll talk off air about.
You're good.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you back in the rhythm or no?
Yeah, dude. So I ran 2 days ago and then exercised. That's the first thing I've been able to do for a month. So I'm like fucking. I'm struggling, but I'm back in.
I know you've been crook because you've got the worst immune system in history of mankind.
Yeah.
When you
Steph
look
just
back,
got back from the doctors today. The doctors were saying that during like 6 seasons or whatever, or change of seasons, it's not unusual for children, daycare or at school, to be sick 12 times.
A year.
No, fucking in a period. So like in winter or in the flu season, 12 fucking different times, or in a change of seasons, summer to autumn, or like.
then
So
you,
12. So like, what's a period?
I'm ready
season.
entirely a
A
season.
season.
So not a year, a season.
A season.
12 fucking
And you're
times.
sending your kids
Every
to
week.
Chernobyl.
Basically every week.
Yeah, no, because and they're going, listen, you either get it now when they're at daycare, or you fucking keep them home and you have them like with a nanny, and then you get it when they go to school. So you're just fucked. You're just fucked.
When you look back on the last month, because you said you couldn't train, could you really not have trained, or are you just
dude,
soft?
I had fucking heavy chest infections, and
You're soft.
no, I'm not soft. I was vomiting on the side of the road.
That was about what, 2 days, you reckon?
Yeah, but over the whole month, dude, I haven't been better. You know what's fucked up? I almost started crying last night at the dinner table because I started coughing again. I'm like,
Oh my god!
but I'm good now. I'm fucking
You're
fine.
back
You know
into
what
it?
Well, I'm not good, but my new mantra is, unless I'm like, firstly, it's like people get way worse than me. I'm not that fucking bad, but it's
Pretty bad.
Unless I'm like bedridden, I'm fine.
So you could train then.
No, this is my new mantra. This is my new thing. I'm not letting it
So
fucking...
your new mantra is, unless you're bedridden, you won't sook like a fucking baby.
I don't sook. I'm just honest. And I'm too honest. I'm honest to a fault. You know?
To a fault.
I'm honest to a
like
fault.
when you do like interviews for your getting a job, you're always like, what's the bad things about you? Oh, I work too hard.
Yeah, I work too
sometimes.
hard. I'm too honest. My hairline is fucking just won't recede. I'm sick of having a straight hairline. It's doing my head in. So those are the
My
sorts
hair
of things.
won't recede.
No, in fact, it might be advancing.
My dick
wouldn't
keeps
want
growing.
I wish.
Like my dick won't stop growing.
Yeah. No,
Do you reckon
no.
your dick's grown in the last 10 years?
No chance. It's gone backwards.
Yeah.
You reckon?
My dick's put up fucking just shut up shop, I reckon.
Well, you've
Is it
used
on
it
the,
a fair
on, the,
bit.
on the way down, on the decline?
I think so.
You
So
gonna-
it's
do you
best
reckon-
years
would you
of
have
my
another kid? Would you have another kid?
Honestly, we were always planned on it, and after this little period, we're like,
Pack it up.
Back her up, boys.
Pack her up.
nah, look, I probably unfortunately think we still will. And not unfortunately, they're great, but like, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Send that
Anyway.
to...
Anyway.
Send that to Mrs.
Anyway, enough about me. I'm better.
Okay, you're
But I
better.
would like... I don't know what Jack Wighton's thinking.
That's the sort of insight you get here at the day.
I don't know what he's thinking. But I wouldn't mind knowing what he's thinking, but I
Yeah.
don't know what he's
I
thinking.
Jack,
neither do I.
Jack.
Can wrestle though. We know
Jack,
that.
if you're watching this, leave in the comments.
I
where
know
you're gonna
Ricky,
go.
though. I might call him.
You do know Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him
Stick.
back.
He'd
Now,
be
do
pissed off. Sticky be pissed off.
you reckon he fought him as when he found the
Dude,
news? He said,
well,
get in the office
if
right
anyone
now.
could fuck Ricky up, it's probably Jackie Boy.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that. I'd pay big
Jackie
money.
didn't take a backward step to Big Trelly Mitt, so he's not taking a backward
Dude,
step to no
they're
one.
gonna be fucked without Jack.
If he goes,
Yeah,
ooh,
it's hard enough to get
dear.
anyone to the Raiders. Respect.
It is honestly panic stations if he goes because he is the Raiders.
So either they unfurl their sacks and go, here, we'll give you 20 million.
They'd have so much coin in the cup, surely.
Have to.
Surely.
Poor old Ricky. He'd go to bed fucking thinking about that Roosters win all the time.
Now, store shout-outs. IGA, Bly Park, Jim's Cellars, Blacksland Cellars, Botolo, Narara. I've never heard of that, Narara. Celebrations, The Grange, Black Sheep, Newmarket, Black Sheep, Everton Hills, Colmsley Hotel Bottle Shop, X-Golf and Nogra, IGA Berry, IGA Milton, Bomaderry Super Cellars, just stocked up on both lager and midi, Dicey Riley's in Wollongong, and IGA Belmoy.
You almost nailed it.
Belmoy.
You almost had it.
Well, I nearly had it until you fucking said something while I was talking. And
I said Bomaderry, dude. That's South Coasty, I think.
Yeah, and then I'm
Milton,
trying to read it
Berry,
out, and I hear you talking in the
Bomaderry reminds
background.
you of regional, like sort of barrel ads. Something used to happen in Bomaderry.
So the rumours have surfaced that the Tigers were going after the great Mitchell Pearce to return from the Super League to save them from the current situation.
And he knocked him back.
And he said, Benji called me yesterday and I told him I'm contracted to the Catalans. We are top of the table and I want to win a Super League.
Can I tell you how the conversation may have gone?
Love to.
Yeah.
Ring, ring. I'm Benji on this side, by the way. Ring, 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 ring. Benji, how's it going? Yeah, good, mate. Just wanted to...
That was it.
He wouldn't treat
I
Benji
just
like
don't know if you're going to
that.
come to the top.
Maybe Benji wanted to come out at a time for the Catalans.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what I might do after fucking years of abuse by Australian rugby league media for fucking not winning enough origins and comps
Against
and
the
shit?
literally hardest team in the history of mankind.
Do you want me to come back from the south of France where I'm fucking chowing down on crumpet every other day?
No,
and
no,
doing
every day.
Every day and doing fuck all for my money.
Every single day.
Respectfully, that's not even... That's
He'd be over there living that.
Top of the comp.
you want me to come back
Man
to
of spoon,
the
man of
Man of
fucking
spoon.
steel,
Man of spoon.
man of spoon?
man of steel on the way, crumpet every day, good crumpet too.
That rhyme, that was good.
Primo crumpet.
That we'd already talked about that French crumpet.
Yeah,
though.
primo French crumpet.
Fucking
To come back to the Tigers. No disrespect.
You would need to be into like some weird
BDSM
kinks.
shit.
Yeah, BDSM. Like, oh no, fuck, I love humiliation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Humiliation porn.
Yeah,
Like piss on me, whip me.
You like humiliate me. Like I
Yeah,
love it.
make me walk through the public covered in
Imagine-
shit.
Yeah.
Imagine
Throw
if-
feces at me.
Imagine if, so let's say he said yes. Imagine the journos just, not all journos, some journos, just revving the engines up going, yes,
Oh,
Piercy's
yeah, dude.
back for the
Yeah,
Tigers. We got,
Priming themselves.
oh, the stories, the headlines
Yeah.
with Pierce at the Tigers. It
Yeah.
would be fucking
But
World
don't
War
you
Three.
think
Start putting that
points to-
98 fuel in. You know,
Oh.
that
Don't
good
you
stuff.
think
Premium
that
good
points it just to first, like just to absolute basket casery, where you're like, oh, don't worry, we've got fucking Dewey and we've got Brooks. We don't need Hastings. We're fucking off Dewey to fullback, and then we're gonna have Wakeham.
Do you think?
Mitch, what are you up to?
Do you think there's a place for fucking Benji to put the boots back on?
Oh,
that would be?
He wasn't that bad when he left Rabbitohs a couple of years ago.
No, he went. Didn't he leave?
Well, he got
Rabbitohs,
brushed
come
from the
back to
Tigers.
Did he ever come back to the Tigers, or did he retire at the Rabbitohs?
No.
he got like the Tigers.
The
he found
grand final
out
they lost was the Yuri.
the Tigers. He found out he was getting brushed from the Tigers in the paper.
Yeah, they didn't even like their fucking
Club legend.
Their club legend, like West Tigers, not like West Tigers, the dirty merger. He's like the man.
Yeah,
Good
the
to see
guy.
Pascoe still doing his podcast.
And then he was fucking so upset. Apparently, I think he was playing golf with Anasta, and Anasta was like, "Mate, call fucking Wayne." Called up Wayne. He goes, "Mate, you still want to fucking put the boots on?" Boom. I think he could lace up and do a job.
I just
I
couldn't
know that
imagine.
sounds absurd, but
I couldn't imagine
It's a tough
like
gig at the moment.
the fucking. I feel like if I was a Tigers fan, player, anyone, like just the weight on your chest, just constantly being like, "What is this? Fuck this place, fuck this place." If you're a fan, I don't know how you would enjoy rugby league.
Yeah,
Truthfully,
it's tough.
How the fuck would you enjoy rugby league?
you'd show people photos of the new Centre of Excellence.
They got a pretty sweet pool, I think.
They do have a pretty sweet pool.
It's like,
Do you reckon that's what they
it's not a
after a
training
loss?
pool. No, they got like a hotel, like a resort pool.
Do you reckon after a loss they go, boys, we got a good pool, so it's all
Well,
good.
they go to the pool and have pina coladas.
I feel sorry for the team because, like, the
You
whole
can't not feel sorry.
yeah, because like the whole rhetoric, by some in the media, not all in the media, some in the media, was like, oh, these players are soft under Madge. That's why they're losing. It's because they're fucking soft. And it's like, okay, they get a whole new roster, a whole new coach. And it's the same thing.
Dude,
it's like
Madge would be there going, yeah, fucking who's like,
it's like, well, they've got new coaches, they've got new rosters, and it hasn't worked. So
Madge
clearly,
3 or 4 huge signings.
Madge would be sitting there being like, could have done with an Apicora,
Yeah.
could have done with a Papali'i, could have done with a Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, that would have been pretty nice.
No, but I also do like that they did go back to a coach they sacked.
Well, Sheen's is like a fucking old pair of jeans. Like he was
well, actually, all of them
one
because
they just felt nice. Like let's just go back to 2005.
they got rid of Farah as well. He went to the Rabbitohs, didn't he?
Yep.
Then they also got rid of that went to the Rabbitohs Benji, and they got rid of Tim Sheens. Brought him back.
Let's get them back.
Feel
Fuck,
sorry.
they're loyal.
Oh, mate.
like the three of them, because they weren't treated terribly nicely.
No. So yeah, I feel sorry for the playing group
I think
and
they're
the
looking
fans
to
definitely.
potentially have Luke Brooks as captain coach in 12 years.
Mate, free Luke Brooks.
Free him, dude.
Let him free. He's a
let him
caged
fly.
bird.
I've never felt more sorry for a fucking player almost. Like, let
He's
that cunt
the
go.
only millionaire in the world at the moment I feel sorry for.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you could pay me $1 million, I
I
probably
feel
wouldn't
sorry
want
for
to do
you
that.
sometimes. About your car and, like the fact you don't, like no bank's actually big enough to hold all your fucking cash.
Oh my God. Yeah. Mate, I'm a battler. There's no millionaire here. Jeez, I wish.
The $40 million man.
If I was worth $40 million, I'd be in the Maldives right now.
Yeah.
Sipping a colada, pina colada.
I like pina coladas.
Yeah.
Would you ever buy the Tigers with all that money you got?
Nope.
You wouldn't buy them?
Nope.
Why not?
Because they don't make money.
Would you ever go on the podcast with Pasco?
Sure. That'd be cool.
Ask him some questions?
Would you?
No.
You
Ask the
never.
boss.
You're too good for Pascal.
I'm not too good for him. I just don't know that he would be fucking. I don't know if I'd be warmly received.
What are you? Would you go on a podcast with Tigers?
Talk about what?
Well,
Tigers.
you got to ask him questions. The whole thing's ask the boss. I think so. It's all about.
Called Ask the Boss.
God, you gotta
I'd ask him questions, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go.
Actually, I would go on there.
Oh, yeah.
I would actually like to go in there.
Who's your barber?
Now, Moses Suli.
Moses.
The poor fella, he's got his words all mixed up. Not all mixed up, but
No, not mixed up at all.
I
No,
think you
I think it
could
was
tell
like-
what he was trying
yeah,
to say.
you know what he was trying to say,
Anyway,
but
so
it
the
doesn't-
quote is,
it's still funny.
we got
I
the
know
same
exactly what he's
manager
trying to say.
and he let me know that Fafita was looking to come here, and from what my manager said, he didn't want to come. He loved it over at Manly. I was in the same situation as well. I didn't want to come here, but I've got to do what's best for me and my footy. Like, Suli has also come out and clarified his comments. He said, I'm an Islander and we're extremely close to our fathers, mothers, sisters and brothers. For myself and others in the situation, I didn't know how I'd relocate to a new club, leave my family home, especially with my mother being a widow. So he's more talking about family.
No, exactly.
It makes complete sense.
When you hear it, it's 100%. Like, you know.
What he's trying to say.
At least the people who, and like we put up our Instagram being cheeky, being like fucking,
It's funny.
Dragons play, I hate the Dragons.
Yeah.
But like the people that were coming out going like, fuck, like you know what he's trying to say.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
again, he is a fucking Islander dude and he's just sort of like trying to explain himself. It doesn't sound great though.
Well,
Can't help it.
But it happens all the time. Like, I was at the Broncos. I didn't want to leave the Broncos, but they told me that I was third string winger. So I was like, all right, well,
The only reason it's funny
because the situation
is because it's going from a glamour club like Manly to a shit club like the Dragons.
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, you'd get it immediately.
Or if he was, exactly.
Like it's a built-in. People have got a built-in. It's playing on. It's basically people's biases coming to the fucking surface.
Dragons suck.
Imagine if he's talking about going to Manly, you get it immediately.
Yeah,
if that's flipped, you get it. Or Melbourne Storm, you get it immediately.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't want to move to he doesn't want to move from where he is. But because everyone's like, oh, what the fuck is the Dragons?
Yeah.
That's why it works.
Yeah, it confirms people's suspicions that the
100%
club's a
it does.
shithole that no one wants to go
That's the
to.
only reason this is a story, is because
Now-
everyone holds the same beliefs.
Speaking of making sense,
Which that did.
Aaron Woods has been traded for 2 of the young throbbers.
Great signing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think, look, Tom and I, the way that we've come to think about it is that the jury's out at lunch,
Yep.
Yeah.
and so we can't make a call yet.
No, basically what we're saying is, right, like if this was a legal proceedings, right, the lawyers have got up and made their first statements and they've gone, he's going here for these two and he's coming here and this is what's happening. And then we've gone, okay, sweet. Now there's a recess.
For lunch.
We're going to go and have a feed.
Yeah.
And we're going to wait and see how this thing plays out.
We're
Okay.
at lunch.
You're at lunch
We're
right
in the
now.
jury, and we will make a decision.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we're at lunch.
There is
we're having chicken sandwiches.
apparently we actually aren't even paying for him. We aren't paying a cent. Dragons are paying for him, which isn't a good sign if the club's playing to get him out. But we're using some of the money freed up, I think, for Hamole to be upgraded immediately. So
the jury's, you've been going to speak about it then?
well, the opening statements have been made.
No, that was made in the opening statement.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So we've got that information.
Yeah.
We've gone to lunch.
Yeah.
We're enjoying a nice lunch.
Is it a long lunch or?
Oh, it's long.
Yeah.
Drill long.
Yeah. Listen, Aaron Woods, New South Wales and Australian representative, one of the Tigers legends.
Dally M front rower?
Dally M front rower.
Runs on the board.
Now listen.
They might be old runs, ancient runs.
I don't know if you guys know this, but he's got a bit of Manly in him. He was a Manly supporter growing up.
There you go.
go.
Good signs.
It's good signs.
Yeah.
So are we? Listen, in the opening statement, there was some remarks made around him being a boyer of boys.
Yeah.
potentially. Which, now that I know he's from Manly, I like.
Just coming and telling people like how to
How to be a fucking Australian
Be a
representative.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, Jake Trbojevic can probably do something like that.
And Daly.
I get that.
Daily.
Daly.
Yeah,
Daly is
Tom
also
Trbojevic.
Queensland captain.
Yeah.
Tom, who's never lost an origin. Like that sort of thing. I get that.
But listen,
But again, we're at lunch.
hey, wait. Do we want listen more wisdom? You know.
You can't have too much wisdom.
Okay.
So we let him come in, let him just look. Does he have to play? No, I don't think he jumps ahead of any cues. He did say he was looking forward to playing with Turbo and Daly, and I don't know that that's going to happen.
Listen, wishful thinking.
Blacktown workers.
Wishful thinking.
Blacktown. He really signed with Blacktown.
So the jury is not out anymore. It's in now.
No, because he might get up into the fucking main squad and win the Dally M.
Yeah. Listen, is it possible that he comes in and starts playing like James Fisher-Harris?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Aaron Fisher Harris.
Aaron?
Okay. Fair enough. That
What do you
makes
think?
sense. Great signing.
Yep. Thought so.
Great signing. Now,
You fucking.
what? It's a great signing.
that's-
As you said, you can't have too much wisdom.
You can't.
And he is a boyer of boys. He is a boyer
Yeah,
of boys.
well,
You can't have too much wisdom
to be
except
honest,
for
that-
like
that
if you're
kind
putting
of-
a cast together for like maths or something.
Yeah. You don't want any
Then
wisdom.
you don't want,
You don't want
zero
wisdom.
wisdom.
It was a little bit of stepping on our toes as we were signed to the top 30 as official boyer of boys for the club. So it was
Yeah.
a bit like Siebes the fuck. But we boy in different ways.
What about Siebes having a nap in Macca's?
Play on,
Loved
great,
it.
loved it. Maybe
Loved
loved it. What a rebrand! This guy's a fucking
He's
legend.
rebranding.
What do you mean? If you've gone out at a couple of schooners and you've had a Big Mac and then you have a nap and you wake up with another one.
You nod off, and you're back. I loved it. And he came out straight and he goes, "Yeah, I was fucked up with some boys after we humped the eels.
I was boying the boys.
Boying the boys, we humped the eels. Day off, my mates come down, got fucked up, went to Macca's.
Home at
being
11:30.
responsible.
Home at 11:30.
I love that.
Home at 11:30.
The home at 11:30, like as if that's like.
Well, it's not-
before 12.
It is. Nothing good happens after midnight.
I'm telling you what, if that photo was taken at fucking 6:30 a.m., different story. Different story.
Oh, maybe he rocked up early and he just was tired at 6:30 a.m.
No, I'm
He went for
saying
Macca's breakfast.
5:30 then, if you want to get fucking uppity about it.
Now, on to our tips, boys. What are we going? Sydney Roosters or Para Eels?
Listen, I've given out tips for both sides this week, so
What's your final? What's your third? What's the decider?
Yeah, my third. Yeah.
Do you have a live stream tonight?
Yep.
We do. We've got Ned Brockman joining us. He's a big Eels fan, and Clary Moore of the North Bondi Motorino clothing brand. Clary started. He's a Roosters junior, one of the very few.
One of the very
But
few.
played with all those boys. Played with Crichton and Victor and like Ty and shit back in the day. I'm going to go with the Eels on this show because they're value.
I'll go the Roosters then.
I'm going Roosters. Raiders, Panthers.
Penrith.
Jackie Boy's out. It'll give us a good insight into what the club's going to look like.
Penrith.
Rabbitohs, Storm.
Bunnies at home, I think.
Yeah.
Manly, Newey.
Wow.
Man, this is going to be barbaric.
Well,
Also, it's
strap
not
in.
rain. It's also I looked it up before. It's not raining.
Well, it was like fuck all anyway.
no, there's no rain.
Schuster out. Cooper John's in.
You guys scared of the
Good
rain?
to go.
Oh
Well,
no,
no,
I
just-
thought about it. It may reduce the humping a bit.
Oh,
It's fucking
okay.
It may
raining.
reduce the amount of legs I put in my anytime try
Yeah,
scores.
like it'll go. Do go from 12 legs to.
Hold on, we
8.
haven't finished talking about him, Dylan. Get back. Manly, obviously, not unbackable favourites because you always back them, but Schuster out, Cooper comes in, immortal blood running through his veins. We've only conceded 6 points
Total.
in the total amount of games
Played
we
there
played
twice.
at Mudgee. We've only conceded 6 points.
Six. That's 3 points on average.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we are going to put on one of the great fucking beatings on these losers.
Saturday Arvo,
3 p.m. HD light.
HD light, it's coming in. There's a cool change, Tom. So HD light will be there. Don't worry about that. The Knights on their fucking knees, and Manly love humping weak as piss side. It's gonna be. I actually think it's gonna be barbaric.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be the first true humping. Of
I think it'll be the
season.
first 50 pointer.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Manly win.
It'll be 50 points.
St. George versus Dolphins.
Fish
Fish
should
are value.
Dude, the fact the Fish aren't favourites is like you gobble that up.
They're missing Sean O'Sullivan.
It's all right.
And
That's all right. Milf, Katoa,
James Kay's back.
J&K's back. Dragons. Like this
Love
is
the
good
Dolphins.
to go.
Love the Dolphins.
Broncos, Tigers.
Tigers.
He's going the Tigers.
Yeah.
I know. I heard the reasoning.
Yeah, yeah. There's
And
something in the air.
It's so fucking shit.
I am in a cage of curses because I can't do anything without someone going, that's cursed.
Because you
That's
sat
good.
with your
No,
fucking
no, no,
feet
no,
on
no,
the
no.
desk.
Because my back was sore in this
Beating your
fucking
dick.
chair.
Listen, I didn't
Shut
say
up.
you were cursed. I said you were sniffing your own fluffs, and that alarmed me. That's all I said. It wasn't cursed based.
No, I have.
Don't get your knickers
I
in the
have
knot.
proof. I have proof that the legs were up on the table because
You were
my
going-
back
'cause you
was
were
sore.
fucking-
Yeah, you're trying to waft the farts
You're
in your
wafting them
nose.
fucking-
Listen, I'm on the Broncos. I love the Broncos players. So I'm hoping the Broncos, again, and the Tigers, doing it for
I don't know.
Pasco.
I just don't
I've got a
appreciate this.
weird- I just saw it, and I thought I just saw you shoving them down.
You called me
It's a
arrogant
dumb
too.
bet,
Oh, you
dude.
called me arrogant.
You looked
Well,
arrogant.
no, you're definitely arrogant. Like,
My
there's
back
no
was
doubt
sore.
about that.
Oh, was it?
High on your own supply.
Ask you or ask Timmy. It was because my
I will
back
not
was
be
sore.
asking either of those two.
And
fine
also
gentlemen.
at the start of this podcast, what we were talking about, how this slants forward, and I have to hook my fucking feet
the
in.
fact that you had not even bothered to look at what this chair was capable of to see whether it might be able to move around to make your back easy. Like
You were
feel it.
sitting like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was like
I
a
thought
fucking
that's what it was
starting
made like.
block of a running race.
It was. It was weird.
I'm going Bronx.
Bronx.
Sharkies, Warriors.
Sharks,
Hump.
hump.
Really?
Sharks hump. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not up the wires.
I think I'm good. I like the Wires.
I'm
Mark
not
Keeler.
anti-wire.
Okay.
I'm just saying I think the Sharks humped them today
Okay.
on the weekend, Sunday.
Bulldogs, Cowboys.
Dogs.
Okay. I'm going Cowboys.
Dogs.
All right,
That was a wolf.
Make sure to tune into Hello Sport YouTube tonight for the game. Roosters versus Eels.
Yep.
Hello Sports YouTube. Hello Sports Live. And as usual, I'll go and fuck myself. Thank you.